Trump breaking news today. The postponement of Trump's trials is a good thing. The former president would be running in a Republican primary while also serving as a semi-professional defendant in at least 4 cases, according to TNR's Matt Ford, who looked forward a year ago in August and predicted that things would get really odd along the way. You have, in fact, received a reasonable amount of strangeness. With Trump's recent legal fines amounting to close to $500 million, the age-old issue of does Donald Trump have $500 million becomes more pertinent. The former president is clearly frustrated as he searches for someone to take his bond, and the certainty of this wait has put him in a pay-or-shut-up situation that could lead to his unmooring. Trump despises being characterized as financially strapped, but I don't think he minds being characterized as crooked at all. On the other hand, Trump has a solid electoral and legal foundation, which liberals find very troubling. Even though he has a pile of debt to Jean Carroll and the state of New York, he's getting lucky with the legal system in other ways. Most significantly, procedural delays are threatening to postpone his several criminal trials until later this year, possibly even beyond Election Day. With each new postponement, Democrats' expectations have been pierced, according to those who have been keeping tabs on polls that show President Joe Biden would gain if Trump were convicted. On the other hand, Democrats may finally get tired of looking to the outside world for rescue. During Trump's presidency, a certain lack of vision was on display within the Democratic establishment. They responded to Trump's election as if it were an anomaly, an alien invader that our democratic system would swiftly identify and eradicate. Without considering how tough it actually was to convict a sitting president of crimes, liberals yassified Robert Mueller in any case. Regardless of the existence of Republican senators, they launched themselves headfirst into impeachment procedures. It worries me that a lot of people are putting their faith in Jack Smith, the new Robert Mueller, as the one who will bring justice to the case. It is unclear when Smith will begin his insurrection case from January 6, given that the Supreme Court has decided to consider Trump's presidential immunity issue, putting it on hold until April. It is widely believed by observers that we will not be able to conclude before November. Well, then, there will not be a savior for the Democrats or a panacea for Trump. Nevertheless, instead of sinking into yet another protracted period of mourning, Democrats should take heart in the fact that they are no longer burdened by the enormous hopes that the courts would rescue them, and rise from their slumber to launch the agile and formidable campaign that our democracy merits. The first step is a mental shift. Rather than wallowing in despair over the prospect of Trump's possible acquittal before Election Day, rejoice in the fact that he will not be free before the American people vote. For the simple reason that Trump's acquittal was always an option. What exactly was the strategy in the event that Trump's desired court sanctions turned out to be a string of exonerations? Republicans can take advantage of Trump's legal problems without the courts issuing a barrage of rulings, which is good news for Democrats. Despite the lack of fresh information regarding any developments in Trump's ongoing legal battles, Democrats are free to spread inflammatory details about his insurrection, attempted coup in Georgia, rampant fraud, stolen documents, and other scandals, such as his involvement in Roe v. Wade's downfall, his plans to turn the civil service into a tool of personal revenge, to the media. In the most current episode of Off Message, Brian Beutler points out that for Democrats to call attention to Trump's corruption even if he's able to delay official legal procedures. This is just one of several inventive approaches that Beutler suggests. All they have to do is break certain bad habits.